Well, good morning and welcome back to the channel. Now here we are, we're in Plymouth train station. In a previous video, not so long back, I was telling you about a new project we had coming up with another VW, and I'm off to have a look at one. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, we'll see when we get there, but all good. I've talked to the people on the phone earlier, yesterday, and we're pretty confident that this potentially could be the right vehicle for us. So we're going to have a little ride up on the train now. We're going up to Newbury, and hopefully it'll be the one. So if it is, we'll be driving back later on tonight. If not, I'm going to find my way home. Done that before, haven't I? We're Mark and V, and this is our adventures. Well, here we go. Train's been cancelled. Got to try another one now. So all starts tonight. Well, I managed to catch the other train, so I'm on my way now to Newbury. Although I believe I'm going to be going to Reading first, and then I'm going to have to get another train. I'm on the train to Newbury now, and hopefully the lady who's selling the car will be there waiting for me at the station to pick me up. Well, here we are on the test drive of the car, and I've come into the local Sainsbury's so you can have a look. And found a few little issues with it. So we're going to try and knock it down a little bit. Wheels are scuffed. That's been repainted, so that needs redoing. There's a few little scratches on it, but I'm hoping they might polish. Well, that's just a bit of fluff. There's a few like that, and I'm hoping they might polish out, depending on how deep it's gone into it. Sometimes you're just going to replace the lacquer, and that will do it. There's a little bit back here that needs sorting out. But all in all, if we look inside, so all my stuff's spread across everywhere at the moment. It's not a bad looking car, and I think it will serve our purposes. Now, do you know what our purposes are? I'm going to go back and make an offer, and hopefully when I speak to you next time, we'll know if we bought it or not. There's a price I'm willing to pay, and no more than that. It's fully loaded, this car as well. It's got all the, it's got the parking brake like that. It's automatic, DSG box. It's got the, I think that's the R510 stereo with sensors all around, climate control. It's got multi-function steering wheel. It's got a Panasonic roof. It's got a panoramic roof as well. Now, a lot of people say no, don't go for that because they can leak. Now, as we know with the EOS, it's about maintenance, so I'm not too worried about that. There's a lot of chatty finger marks and bits and pieces like that around the car, but that's what happens when people use the cars. So we'll worry about that. The middle seat, the little tag is gone down inside the plastic, so I'm just going to have to work that out when we get back. If I have it, that's not a problem. But all in all, I think this is a brilliant project car. And I haven't told you why we're getting this yet, have I? Anyway, let's see what happens. I'll speak to you a little later, and hopefully we'll be on the road, and I'll talk to you while we're driving. And I'll put, it'll be mounted in the windscreen when I'm talking to you, so I'm not driving and talking, all right? Anyway, let's go back and see if we can get a deal done. And if we can, I'll speak to you very soon. Well, here we are. We struck a deal, and we're on the way back to Cornwall. It is 3:20 now. I'm just going to move that camera around a little bit. It's 3:20. We got about a 3.5 hour drive back, roughly, depending on traffic. Are we happy? Yes, I think we struck a good deal. There's a few things I'm going to have to do to it, but this is a bit of a project as well, as we've said before. So hopefully it'll be good. What can I tell you about this car so far? I don't know a lot about it. It's 170 brake horsepower, 6-speed DSG box. It's very, very smooth to drive, feels quite responsive. We will just have to wait and see what it's actually like. But I think I can let you into a little secret now why we've gone for this. How would you feel about making an MPV into a camper? Well, I think that's what we're going to do. We want to make it into a modular camper, so it can be, during the week, it can be your 7-seater people carrier, carting the kids around, carting the family around, whatever you're doing. And then at the weekend, you put your pod in and you got a nice little camper for the weekend. Hopefully an awning, cooking, bit of extra power. Got it all planned, so hopefully it's going to be good. Anyway, let's have a drive back and enjoy it. I'll have a little talk to you again a little way further back. Let's get past all these lorries. They're all overtaking each other. It certainly feels responsive when you put your foot down. Sorry if I'm not looking at the camera, I'm concentrating on the road. So I'm just gonna, I've got a Tesla right up me now, so let's just accelerate. There we are, just put my foot down to get in front of this one, and it's up to 80, no problem at all. So yeah, it goes quite well. It's got lots of features on it. It's got you know, rain sensors on the windscreen. What else has it got? I don't know. We'll have to talk about that at a little later stage. Well, we're still coming down the M4, but we're getting towards the end of it now, and we'll be soon on the M5. It's a bit of a funny old day for driving, really. It's a bit busy, but we've had some bad weather, really bad weather, so it's better than coming home in like pouring rain. Quite looking forward to getting back, really, because it's been a long day. The train this morning, I turned up at Plymouth Station. V dropped me into Plymouth train station, and the train was meant to be 8:35, and I got there about 8:05, a little bit early. I'm always a little bit early. She says I'll be early for my own funeral, right, you know. And anyway, gets into the train station, gets to the platform, and just as I stands on the platform, they announced the 8:35 to Paddington has been cancelled, but you can catch the 8:16. Luckily, it was about 12 minutes past 8 when they announced this, by the time I got to the platform. So I ran over to the other platform, got on the train just in time to go up to Newbury. Anyway, found out the train don't stop at Newbury, it carries on to Reading. So I then had to get off at Reading and go back to Newbury, but not before the train was delayed for another maybe half an hour up near Taunton because of well, they were saying there was something on the tracks that had to be cleared, so you know, way it goes, I suppose, after a storm. So eventually get up to Newbury a lot later than I'd hoped to, and I spoke to you, didn't I, when we had the car, we're looking at it. Anyway, went back to do the deal, struck up a deal, agreed to purchase, and asked the lady if she was happy if I'd pay and hi, because I think she's going to be watching the channel now to see what happens to this car. How are you? I think she was called Sally, can't remember, but hi Sally. And then what happened is the bank decides that it didn't want to release the funds because it was worried it was a fraudulent transaction. So I was then on the phone trying to get through to the bank, and I don't know if any of you have tried getting through to a bank recently. Not the easiest thing. There's none on the high street anymore because you've got to do it all online. So you need to get hold of someone. It's not very good, is it? Because I had to wait ages. They wanted me to wait 4 hours for the transaction to go through. You can't do that. Stood in someone's front room, can you? Or someone's kitchen. Not good enough. Really not good enough. I'm not going to name the bank, but people who know me will know who I bank with, and I'm probably going to change that bank very soon. Anyway, like I said, we're on our way down now. We're coming towards the end of the M4, and we'll soon be on the M5. I think when we get onto the M5, we'll go a little way down, and I think it will be time to stop for a coffee. Not necessarily stop for long, but I really feel like I need a coffee and maybe a bite to eat. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, that's where we are. We're nearly at the end of the M4. I'll speak to you very soon. Oh, by the way, new camera. I'm testing out as well. It's the Osmo Action 5. We've got it on, what are the settings we've got on at the moment? We've got it on Horizon Steady, 50 frames per second, and we got it on D-Cine-like color profile, and we've also taken the sharpness down by 2, and what else have we done? I can't think. I'll have to write it all down below. But anyway, it'd be interesting to see how much better this camera is. Really don't know at the moment. Obviously we're just using it as a static camera, and we will use it later on in the week when we go to Oktoberfest, because it's Monday now. On Thursday we go into Oktoberfest, so we'll be using that. And I've also bought a DJI Neo. Have you seen them? They look absolutely mental, really do. I'll do a separate video on it, but I'll be taking it to Oktoberfest as well, because I'm hoping it will be just a nice little drone that you can use for little interim bits. I'm not really sure if it's going to work very well, but we'll find out, and I'm really looking forward to playing with it, so we'll see how it goes. Anyway, get to the end of the M4 now before I miss it. See you in a little while. Well, that's us finished on the M5, so it's all going by pretty quickly now. The car's being very nice. I've had no issues at all so far.
On this road for a long time.
For a long time. So here we are. We're coming off the M5, and we're now going on to the A30. And the car's been perfect. There's no issues at all with it, driving wise. I think on the advisories there was mention of a pin was worn and was an advisory, but not a fail. And I think I can feel that just a little tiny bit. Maybe my imagination, I'm not sure. But I think we'll get that done. And now we're going to head off down onto the A30. We've got about another hour, and I'm just looking here now. It's an hour and 25 minutes till we get home. So we're going to go down the A30 now, and everybody's slowed up on this section of road, so hopefully they'll speed up again in a minute. Anyway, let's get on, overtake these slow ones. And see, you know, it's pretty foot down, it kicks down into 5th gear, and it goes, you know, we're back from 50 to 70 really quickly. So can't complain about performance. And fuel consumption wise, I've been driving it gently, and it's recording about 36 to the gallon, which ain't brilliant. So we'll have to see what we can do about that, because we'd be hoping to get more like about 40, but I have been sitting at about 80, 85 most of the way back. So, but shh, don't tell anyone. Been doing 70 really. But I have been in the flow of the traffic as well, so everybody else has been doing that sort of speed. Anyway, we're going to carry on now, and I'll speak to you a little bit later. I want to show you something a little bit further down the road, something that we always see when we're coming home to Cornwall, and I just thought I'd share it with you guys in a minute. I'll show you. Hang around, and I'll be here soon. Well, as we come further down into Cornwall, well, I say we're still in Devon at the moment, and we're on the A30. We're now just approaching the Devon and Cornwall border, and there's one very, very easy way of always knowing when you're on the Devon and Cornwall border. And if you look just up there, you can see those trees. We call them the coming home trees. Just going to try and turn the camera around while I'm driving so you can get to see them a little bit better. Hopefully as we come around here you'll see them again. And you ever come down on the A30 to Cornwall, you'll never miss them again now. Very, very famous landmark. I think you're just about going to get to see them now. Yes, you are. And that is the famous coming home trees. I think some people even call them getting there trees. I'm not sure. I think I've heard that. I'm not sure about that one. But, definitely the coming home trees for anybody who lives in Cornwall. Anyway, let's sort of turn the camera back round to me. We're about 30 minutes away from home now, and the car's doing really, really well. It's recording 36.8 to the gallon. However, I've hardly used a quarter of a tank of fuel, so maybe it's going to take a bit of time to settle down, because the fuel consumption is going to be averaged from earlier use as well, isn't it? So if the lady who had it before was only doing short runs, school runs and things like that, in town, in urban sort of runs, it's going to be a lot higher. I have a feeling we're going to see more in the region of about 44 to the gallon out of this. Once we've done it, I always put dipotine through my engines when I get them. I should have brought some with me before I filled it up, but it's good to know the sort of fuel consumption before and then the fuel consumption afterwards. So that'll be a good thing to see. And
turn left onto the A388 soon.
the sat nav on here is appalling. It's trying to take me through Tavistock on the way back to Cornwall. Now, I don't want to do that. Oh, actually, no. I'm closer to home than
Turn left in a quarter of a mile and then left again.
I'm actually closer to home than I've realised. So I'm talking to you and I didn't realise how close to home I am. So I am turning off here. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. That is Tavistock. So that's me not paying attention to the road. I don't know why it wants to take me through Tavistock to go to where I
Keep
live.
straight on this road for the next 2 miles.
That's the turn I'll probably want, but we'll have to double check. I think it is actually. And anyway, after that little bit of confusion, the car, yes, the fuel consumption seems to be doing really, really well. It's nice to drive. Seat's a little bit uncomfortable at the moment, but I don't think I've got it adjusted right. I've been playing about with it all the journey. Putting it up, putting it down, putting it back, putting it forward, not sliding it forward, but the sort of back of the chair so it's coming forward and everything. Just trying to find that really comfortable sort of position, and I'm sure I will. It's got climate control, so at last I'm not going to have V turning it down cold or turning it up hot, and I'm not going to be in control. I'll be able to have my side and she'll be able to have her side. Joy. What else can I tell you about it? I don't really know. I think we're going to have a proper go through it in a separate video. And I'm also going to do a video on the DSG gearbox. A lot of talk about resetting the DSG gearbox. Whether it's fact or fiction, whether it's an urban myth. I am going to do it, and we're going to find out. Now, what we'll do is I'll start that next video through the lanes where I'm going to the last bit of home, because that's when I'm going to feel how it's changing up and changing down. Obviously, on a long, straight, fast road, you're not going to feel it so much. But when we get onto the road in a minute, I'll be able to do the before, and then we'll do the reset, and we'll do the after. But that being a separate video. And is it real? I don't know. We'll find out. Anyway, for this video, I think that's it. And please comment as well if the film quality is any better. I'm really not sure what it's looking like at the moment, because obviously I'm looking at a little screen occasionally as I'm driving. We'll be using it.
Left soon.
Yeah, left soon. We'll be using Oktoberfest as well, and I'll be doing some other bits in between and putting out a separate video for that as well. So there's a couple of videos going to be coming out very shortly, and the Neo one, don't forget. So anyway, if you
left in a quarter of a mile.
She is obstinate, isn't she? If you want to see more of my footage, please consider subscribing to the channel.
Left now.
And if you've just enjoyed watching this one and you don't want to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, hey, and maybe even say hello down below. And hopefully we'll see you in the next video, guys, which will be very, very soon.
Exit.
See you later. Bye.